on hope. There he is. Nia just sent me some stuff from like a YouTube video from Valencia, showing Valencia, and like they found all these creepy pictures of these kids, like these little small children, like doing this really bad, weird stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's not just them now. That's it's everything. Like that kind of thing that runs the world. It's not money that runs the world, because the people that control the world, they don't fucking need money. They make it, they print it, they create it, right? The real thing that makes the world go around are unfortunately small children, you know, and that's everything. It's not just one industry, it's all industries. It's everything. It's hard, you know. I don't like to think about it, because it's like there's nothing you do about it. Nothing you do about it. But yeah, depressing. I don't like to, I try to keep that stuff away from her. I come out here and I talk to you guys about it. But it's so prevalent now, and there's so much of it now that it's impossible to not see. You know, like everyone can see it. Everyone can see it, you know, so. It's tough. I mean, there is nothing you can do. You just pray. I mean, work on yourself, do inner work. You know, try to focus energy towards it if you can. I don't know. It's evil, you know. It's the purest form of evil. That's what this world is. And you gotta kind of compartmentalize and hope that, you know, I don't know what you can hope for. There isn't anything to hope for, really, when it comes to that situation. It's like, it sucks. I fell down that rabbit hole years ago. You know, I got a lot of information during the whole Pizzagate thing. A lot of information came out. But they've taken it now and made it so that it's if you care about children, it's a Trump thing now. Like, well, I mean, I guess it is, because the other side is trying to push the other thing now you can't say here. And they're trying to normalize that. So, of course, you know, everything has to be politicized. So, if you don't like that stuff, then you're some kind of crazy alt-right person, which is fine. You can use all the names you want. It doesn't bother me. I've never been a person that's going to be socially shamed. Because what does social mean, right? It just means other people. I'm not going to let these I don't care about these people. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care what they think. There are some good ones, yeah. But the good ones aren't going to be doing that stuff to you. A lot of crap on, well, there's a lot of crap every day. I was over on Pole looking at the news. And it's just, it's like been infiltrated to the point where it's just so much useless stuff that you have to really comb through it. I noticed a couple things. See, the thing is, like, when I can tell who they are, you know, the people that are paid to be there, I do this and other people do it. We probably shouldn't. Is that we point out what they're doing wrong, and then they stop doing it. Like when I was explaining how those corrupted Pepe images, the ones that have the thing coming out of the eye, so they cropped all their images now, so they don't have it anymore. I mean, it wasn't just me talking about it. There's a lot of people talking about it. But what it does, though, is it proves that you know, we were right. We knew who they were. We. It's not a we. We, what? Oh, fucking. Beebs becoming reality. That dude that plays Kang there, Jonathan Majors. He got dumped, right? So like, yeah, sure, man. Originally, I thought it was weird that they went with that guy because, because of the whole meme thing. I broke that one. There you go, man. I'll do you. Yeah, you too, man. So, I was surprised they went with a black guy because of the meme. Kang, he's black. Like, why would they do that? But they did it, whatever. And I'm a huge Kang fan. I used to have an Instagram page back in the day with just Kang memes that I would make, things from the comics. He was always my favorite villain, And I didn't really care originally when they cast him because it was like he always has his mask on anyway, so it's not that big of a deal as it is, I think, with other characters. But the weird thing is with him is that he was supposed to be, he dips in and out of time, right? So he can be these different historical people all through history. Now, you can't get away with that if that's your makeup, if that's your if you're a black guy. You can't get away with that because he has to be all these different historical figures. Ramses, the timely inventor guy. There wasn't a lot of black professor inventors in the old-timey days, in the early late 1800s. Like, there are some, but... And then I think Kang at one point was Ramses or something, and Egyptians aren't black, and it's... I know they like to say they are, but not. So it's just weird. It's like... because a lot of the historical figures you'd have to be portraying couldn't exist because of geography. Unless you're doing a BBC historical thing where they make all the people from history black, it just wouldn't work because they weren't there geographically. They weren't around. So it's just weird. So I thought that was weird, but that was just, who cares? It's a movie. People don't think, especially watching these things. But now that he got dumped, right? It's like, now it's literally, he was Kang. It's fucking crazy. It's the meme magic, man. Shit's real. TSW, as they say in the magic circles. But yeah, it's just kind of funny that they did that in the first place. It's like they were setting themselves up for it, really. But whatever. It's part of the culture. Like, I found this on there too, which is kind of funny. Old quote explaining kind of what's going on now. Yeah, they're following like a book. They're following a script, in everything. Everything's a fucking script, And I think the thing too is like when you talk about false history with all these created events, whether they're wars, countries being overthrown, presidents, all that stuff. It's all fake. It's all a story, right? But I think it's a script that's been followed before. Like in previous resets. The other day I was talking about the Bible and how Revelation kind of describes it like as something that's already happened, because I think it has. And then everything resets and starts over again. So I think something like the Civil War happened in every reset. It's probably like a template, and this is just my opinion, my schizo opinion, is that all the historical things that happened supposedly in our timeline have happened in the previous timelines before their specific resets, so there's been 10 Hitlers, there's been the North African American slave trade has happened 10 times, all this stuff happens, but it doesn't really happen. It's just the story you get. So I think there's something like that. I had a better presentation of that, but I guess I'm still working on it because I'm drawing a blank. Oh well, these things happen when you're old, man. No, it's awesome being old, man. I wouldn't trade for another day back, because every day I learn more, I understand more, things become clearer, and I'm not getting old. I'm eternal. I've been around forever. I'll be around forever. It's this sack of meat that is the thing that ages and breaks down even though it shouldn't, it should last almost 1,000 years. Hundreds of years it should last. There's people in the Bible hundreds of years. But they create an environment for us to live in that erodes it very quickly. Burns right through the shell you have. And I think a big reason for that is so we have a small goldfish type memory, because if we were allowed to live as long as we could, you'd get to be my age, right? And you start at least putting a lot of this together, and you'd be like, hey, wait a minute. And so you can't have people last that long, otherwise they get hip to things. How many deathbed confessions do you get from these old military guys who start making these realizations like, oh shit, yeah, maybe I fucked up. Because by the time, when you start realizing what's being done to you, you're still young enough to fight back, right? But if they age you super quick by poisoning everything that's around you, the air, the water, the food you eat, everything is slowly killing you. The shots you get as an infant when you're born, it's like a Russian roulette thing. It's like they just inject you with it, and depending on your physiology, it's gonna it's a ticking time bomb that will manifest in some fashion. Maybe it'll be cancer, or maybe it'll be heart problems, but you get your death when you're born, or your possible death when you're born. And they just, they can't let us last too long, or else we get hip to the what is that? Get hip to that kind of trip. Route 66. That fucking old Stone shit is so good. I used to hate the Decca Stones. It sounds like fucking old man music. Now I love it. Well, because I'm an old man, right? There we go. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.